We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Seneca. What if I told you that every bad habit you're struggling to shake isn't really some unstoppable force, but simply a pattern you've trained your mind to follow? Imagine waking up tomorrow with the power to break free from that cycle, not by sheer willpower, but by mastering your mindset the Stoic way. Sounds too good to be true. Stick with me, because this video will change how you see bad habits forever. Here, you'll discover the timeless wisdom Stoics used to conquer destructive behaviors without guilt or frustration. It's not about fighting harder, it's about understanding deeper. I'll walk you through practical steps rooted in Stoic philosophy that empower you to dismantle bad habits piece by piece. Make sure to watch till the very end, because the final insight holds the key to lasting change, a secret that most people miss but the Stoics nailed centuries ago. Ready to take control and transform your habits from the inside out? Let's dive in. Number 1. Acknowledge the habit without judgment. You've got a habit that's dragging you down. Maybe it's something small, maybe something that's been sticking around for years. The first step to overcoming it: don't beat yourself up about it. Seriously. Instead, start by acknowledging that habit, not with anger, shame, or frustration, but with clear, calm awareness. Imagine you're a scientist studying your own mind. Said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. You see, the judgment, the harsh self-criticism, is not only unnecessary, it clouds your vision. When you catch yourself slipping into that habit, just observe it. Notice it like a curious observer. What triggers it? How does it feel? What thoughts come before, during, and after? This simple shift in mindset is powerful, because when you stop labeling yourself as bad or weak, you clear the path to real change. You create space for understanding. You stop feeding the negative spiral and start building a foundation for growth. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you feel the pull of that habit, pause for a moment, take a slow breath. Mentally note, there it is, the habit. No judgment. No, I shouldn't. Just acknowledgement. Then ask yourself, what need is this habit trying to meet? This question gets you closer to the root without blame. Remember Epictetus' wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction can either chain you to the habit or free you from it. You're not your habits. You're the one who notices them, who learns from them, who decides what comes next. Start there. Acknowledge without judgment. That's your gateway to transformation. Number 2, understand the root cause. When you're trying to break a bad habit, the first thing a Stoic does is pause and dig deep. Why? Because habits aren't just random behaviors popping out of nowhere. They're symptoms and signals from beneath the surface. You need to understand the root cause. Without this, you're just scratching the surface, playing whack-a-mole with your habits, and that gets exhausting. You might ask, why does this happen to me? Why do I keep falling into the same trap? Here's the Stoic truth. Your actions flow from your beliefs and judgments. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So, what underlying thought or emotion fuels your habit? Is it boredom, anxiety, seeking control? Or maybe it's a craving to escape discomfort. Pinpointing that is your real breakthrough. Once you find the root, you're empowered. You see the real enemy, not just the habit itself, but what's behind it. That's where change begins. It's like cutting the weed at its root rather than just trimming the leaves. Try this exercise. Next time you catch yourself slipping into that habit, stop. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Write down your thoughts. Over time, patterns will emerge. Awareness is the first step to mastery. Remember's advice: don't hanker after what you don't have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have, and imagine how much you would long for these if they weren't in your possession. This applies here too. Focus on your power to understand and change, rather than the frustration of failing. By grasping the root cause, you're not a victim of your habits. You become the craftsman of your own mind, patient, persistent, and purposeful. This is how a Stoic overcomes bad habits, not by force but by wisdom. Now it's your turn. Dig deep, find your root, and watch yourself grow. Number 3, focus on what you can control. When it comes to breaking bad habits, one of the most powerful tools you have is something you might often overlook: focusing on what you can control. It sounds simple, maybe even obvious, but it's a game changer. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus said it clearly: some things are up to us and some things are not. Your bad habit, that's part of what you can influence, if you choose to. Here's the thing, too often you get tangled up in the noise around you. You worry about the judgment of others, the random distractions, or how far you've fallen before. But those things, they're out of your hands. Instead, zero in on the one thing that's yours: your actions, your decisions, your focus. That's your territory. That's your power. So how do you put this into practice? Start by noticing the moments when your bad habit tries to take hold. Don't fight the urge by spiraling into frustration or guilt. Instead, pause. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? You control your breath. You control your next step. You control whether you engage with the habit or redirect your attention. This simple question grounds you in the present and arms you with clarity. Reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That means when temptation rises, you don't have to be its prisoner. You're the captain of your mind, steering it away from what weakens you toward what builds you. Here's a practical exercise to build this muscle. Each day, pick one small moment where you usually fall into your bad habit. Before it happens, consciously name what is out of your control, maybe the urge, the distraction, the discomfort, and what is within your control, your choice to act differently, even if it's just for a minute. Repeat this often. Over time, your mind will train itself to focus on your actions, not on the overwhelming feelings or external triggers. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about steady progress, guided by the truth that your power lies in your own choices. When you embrace that, breaking bad habits stops feeling like a battle against the world and starts feeling like a reclaiming of your inner freedom. You're not helpless. You have the tools right here. Now it's time to use them. Number 4, replace the habit with a positive action. All right, let's get straight to the heart of this. Bad habits don't vanish just because you wish them away. They cling tight, whispering their familiar promises, pulling you back to old patterns. But here's the key: a Stoic doesn't just fight the habit head-on and hope it disappears. No, you replace it. You swap the old with something better, something that builds you up instead of breaking you down. Think about it. When a habit tries to sneak in, your mind's got a gap, a little space waiting to be filled. If you fill that space with nothing, guess what? The bad habit will rush back to claim it. But if you fill it with a positive action, you're reshaping your mind. You're training your will. Reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. So, your power lies in what you choose to do instead of what you used to do. Start small. When the urge hits, pause. Don't just resist, redirect. Replace scrolling endlessly on your phone with a deep breath and 5 minutes of mindful stretching. Swap biting your nails with squeezing a stress ball or focusing on a calming mantra. Every time you choose the positive action, you're rewiring your brain's pathway, creating new grooves that lead to strength, discipline, and freedom. Here's an exercise for you. Pick one habit you want to change. Now write down a positive action you can do instead, something simple but meaningful. Then, every time you feel that old habit creeping in, stop, take a breath, and do your new action instead. Track it for a week. Notice how each small victory builds momentum. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. As Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly. It's these small, deliberate replacements that forge the better version of you. You're not just breaking a habit, you're crafting a new identity. So step up. Don't let old habits run the show. Replace, choose, and grow. The power is yours. Number 5, practice daily self-discipline and reflection. All right, let's talk about something absolutely crucial if you want to break free from bad habits and build a better version of yourself. Daily self-discipline and reflection. This isn't just some vague advice you'll forget tomorrow. It's the core muscle you need to train every single day, no exceptions. Here's the deal, self-discipline is not about being harsh or punishing yourself. It's about choosing what truly matters over momentary impulses. Said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That power, it's yours, but you have to show up every day and practice it. Imagine your mind is like a garden. Without care and attention, weeds, your bad habits grow wild. But when you cultivate it daily, pull out those weeds and plant better seeds, your garden thrives. Self-discipline is the act of pulling weeds regularly, even when it's tough or you don't feel like it. Now, reflection is the other half. Every evening, take a moment, just a few minutes, to look back on your day. What did you do well? Where did you slip? Don't judge yourself harshly. Instead, approach it like a coach reviewing game footage. What can you improve? How can you act differently tomorrow? Here's a simple exercise. At the end of each day, jot down one moment where you gave into an old habit and one moment where you resisted it or made a better choice. This practice sharpens your awareness, and awareness is the root of change. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery isn't a one-time achievement. It's the product of countless small decisions, repeated daily. So start today. Commit to this. Every morning, decide one small act of discipline. It could be resisting a craving, focusing fully on a task, or saying no to distraction. Then, every night, reflect honestly and kindly. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not just in your habits, but in how you see yourself. Your mind is the battlefield. Daily self-discipline and reflection are your weapons. Use them consistently. Build your fortress of strength, brick by brick, day by day. The freedom from bad habits starts here with you. Remember, breaking free from bad habits isn't about perfection, it's about progress. As said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. You've got the power to turn your obstacles into stepping stones. So don't wait for motivation to strike or for the perfect moment to begin. Start right now. Commit to daily discipline, keep reflecting, and watch yourself grow stronger, wiser, and freer from those chains. If you found this helpful, hit like, share with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more practical Stoic wisdom that transforms your life. Keep pushing forward. The best version of you is waiting on the other side of your habits.